Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel here. So I just wanted to give you another review here with my F-150, 2016 F-150 of a product I picked up in the cold winter months here. This model of XLT pickup I have did not have factory remote start. So I was going through Amazon and online, just browsing through to see what options were available. I know there's some other plug and play type devices to enable remote start on your pickups or vehicles that may not be factory equipped with it. So this product I'm going to show you by StartX enables, or I should say utilizes your factory, in this case Ford F-150, utilizes your factory key fob. So that's kind of what I was looking for, was not to get an extra, fob for remote start, whole extra mechanism and that sort of thing, just to kind of further complicate it. I want to keep it OEM-like and simple. So, and price friendly too. So some of those other higher end ones get to be pretty expensive. The range on the factory remote here seems to be more than fine for me, for my daily needs. Just wanted to be able to have the remote start enabled for those cold winter mornings. So again, this is the StartX remote starter system here. There's a few different options on Amazon. This is I think most of them are all plug and play actually. So you can see that's what they kind of emphasize here on the product labeling, is plug and play. So this comes with a brief instruction kit here. So you can see here, select Ford F-150s, the lock 3 times or 3X setting enabled. So I had another one here by StartX, which I actually had for a few years. That was truly plug and play. So there's different styles. That one, if you're looking at your OBD2 port here down by your gas pedal, brake pedal, just plug right in as like a dongle basically on the front. And I have a video on my channel here that you can check that one out if that's something you want. That one was toggled to the remote start by doing lock, unlock, lock. So that sequence worked. I decided to go with this one as it's more of a hardwired approach. So it's actually truly hidden. You can't see it at all. And this one, like I said, is a lock 3 times sequence here. So a little different sequence, but both by StartX. This one today, I'll show you the lock 3X. So, so this one here, they all interact to your OBD2 port here. So, however, this one, if you're looking in the back here, you just have to basically pigtail. So the wiring that this kit comes with, just you unconnect the factory wiring here on the back of the OBD2 port, and you're just basically pigtailing or piggybacking into that with this wiring system here. Again, plug and play. So you plug in the new wiring harness into here, and this wiring harness runs into, excuse me, get a better lighting here for you guys, this module that I have right here. So right below the brake pedal, I just zip tied it, which it comes with zip ties, comes with the module, but this module is what that wire harness plugs into. So it's just basically an inline T piggyback fitting here for wiring. So I went with this for the lock 3 times sequence. I kind of prefer that programming better when it comes to the remote start. Then I also wanted this to be hidden and sleek here. So I do have a few custom tunes that I go back and forth between, and like to do some data logging, I think, eventually too. So I wanted to have this available, which is why I switched to this version here. The availability to plug my scanner in, or my custom tune scanner in, whenever I want. So once you get this all plugged in here, you can see I zip tied some of the wires just to kind of clean it up a little bit. But you get this all plugged in and hooked up. You just simply put your car, or your truck key, excuse me, on the accessory mode. So you go like as if you were to start it, but not actually turn it over. So just the accessory. I think the push button versions would be similar as well, where you just don't push the brake to start. But what you turn that on to accessory. I think you let it run for 10 or 15 seconds. And this module, if you're taking a look at it, I would leave it hanging down before you actually zip tie it to do this programming. It has LEDs on the side here, and it'll just blink. And once the LEDs fully blink, you know that your truck is then programmed with the remote start programming here that this device offers. So once that's done, that's really all it is to it. It's about a 5 to 10 minute install. I think the hardest part is just getting this unplugged, which isn't hard at all. It's very accessible, but then just kind of figuring out how you want to conceal it or contain it. So it comes with the zip tie package here with it, so everything you need. The instructions, like I said, pretty straightforward. So if you're looking for a remote start option with your factory key fob on your Ford F-150, I highly recommend you check this out on Amazon. I'll post a link in the description here as well. And if you have any questions about the install or how it works for me, by all means, drop a comment. Let me know. I'd be happy to answer for you guys. Again, this is a lock 3-time sequence, so you hit the lock button 3 times. I'll walk you through that quick. I did disable the, if you hit the lock 3 times, or actually twice is really all it takes, and you get the horn honk on these vehicles. So I did disable that with FORScan. There's a bunch of YouTube videos on that if you're interested in doing that. I disabled the horn honk while doing this just to keep it quieter when doing my remote start. So that's one option as well. Again, several separate videos on YouTube that walk you through that real quickly with the FORScan. If you have a laptop and FORScan software downloaded, it interacts with your F-150, and you can do programming with it to kind of custom or tailor your vehicle with certain features that you might want or not want. So I use that to disable the horn honk with this lock. So you won't hear that when I do this remote start for you, but I'll demonstrate it real quick to show you that it works. So you'll see 1, 2, and 3. There we go. I guess I didn't do it quick enough there. So, showed you the start sequence there with the 3 locks, so 1, 2, 3, and then the same thing if you want to turn it off. 1, 2, 3 will shut it off as well. So, I like that option for the factory style. Use the factory key fob. One other thing to note with this system, unlike some of the other ones, that this does have the ability to, let's see if it has some instructions here. Let's see here, it should have, okay, so this ability here, it mentions the 20-second delay. So this talks about the honk when remote starting, like I mentioned. You can use FORScan to disable that. I was hoping they had something in here, but it looks like they don't. They're just facts or frequently asked questions for troubleshooting. But once you get this programmed, you can actually go into your, let's see if I can get this to work for you guys here. Walk through this here. So if you go to settings, it's advanced settings, vehicle, remote start. So I'll walk you through that again slower. So settings on your dash, advanced settings, vehicle, and remote start here. So this gives you options. This enables this or toggles this on your vehicle through the programming of this StartX product. It will walk you through, if you had heated seats, it'll actually turn your seats on there. I think it's heated seats if I remember. The more important thing here is climate control. So you can do your auto, so it'll adapt to, if it's colder weather, it'll turn the heat on for you. If it's hotter weather, it'll enable the air conditioning for you in the remote start, so when you come in, it's a comfortable temperature. Or you can do last setting. So that means when you shut the truck off last, say you had the heat all the way up with the frost, that's what it would remote start with, that configuration or that setting that you last had. And then finally, duration. So I have 15 minutes, so when you remote start, it'll give you these options. You can do 5, 10, or 15. So that's kind of cool with this device that I don't think I had on the other device by StartX. It was more of a simpler version of this. But this one has that ability with the programming here, so you can actually go into your remote start, and it gives you settings here that you can kind of fine tune to the way that you like. So that there is a review of this remote start. Highly recommend it. I've had it for a few weeks now. Works great. Again, same distance as your factory key fob here. So again, if you have any questions on it, the install or anything, just drop a comment. Let me know. I'd be happy to answer. Thanks for watching, guys.